Hi Detch, thanks for your next essays. Well done, keeping going, working hard. I like that. And I'm glad you got the other correction okay. And I hope it was useful. Let's have a look at this one. So this is a nice essay, very popular topic for IELTS. Anything to do with the environment, you need to kind of really know the vocab, really learn what they want. So these days, problems with pollution are becoming worse, particularly in large cities. What are the reasons for this and how can this be solved? So here you've got excellent, one of the reasons, or the reasons, and solutions. It's like a problem solution essay. Okay? Give reasons for your answer and relevant examples. Okay. Modern life has become quite convenient and efficient due to development in industrialization. Development in industrialization and science. But what the advancing society has brought to people is not only electricity and network, but also escalating pollution issues. That's interesting. I wouldn't go quite convenient. I just go convenient. Modern life has become convenient and efficient due to the development. So we need articles here in industrialization and science. But you don't need for me that feels a little bit informal, what the something has given you. It's a sort of inverted question. It doesn't really work, but let's do it like this. But advancing society has also brought to people, and then take out is there. Not only has also brought to people not only electricity and networks, but also escalating pollution issues. So, but what advancing society has also brought to people? But advancing society has also brought to people, not only electricity, but also escalating. Okay, don't start the sentence with and. This essay will discuss some of the reasons. You can't discuss all the reasons, but you can discuss some of the reasons, including... Oh no, you've given a few reasons. Hang on, some of the reasons for this, and some of the reasons and possible solutions, including education. And I'm putting this in here because what I want you to do in your intro is lead me into the essay. Here you're talking about education here, okay? So in your intro, bring the examiner in to the essay. Tell the examiner what's going to come next. So that's a nice intro with some good strong words in there. Well done. One of the leading factors for the increase in pollution is the enormous emission of waste, especially in large cities. You'll forget for example, just don't use that yet. Okay, here, in areas with high population density, demand for transport and power generating tends to cause. Now, it doesn't cause fossil fuel consumption, it needs it. So demands considerable fossil fuel consumption, that's the use of it. So demands here, demands considerable, we don't need a, fossil fuel consumption, which contributes, so keep going on a nice complex sentence, which, and then not that, which contributes to the emission of widely known greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide, and other exhausts, so not exhaust, emissions. It's quite technical vocabulary, isn't it? Emissions such as PM 2.5 and dust can be breathed in and directly harm the respiratory system. Okay, so have a look at that. We have made it into quite a long sentence. You don't necessarily need that. It's interesting, but you don't necessarily need that. Can be breathed in. We could also have inhaled, which is one word. and directly harm the respiratory system. Okay, I'm linking this together with which. It's nicer to have a longer sentence. It's smoother and better for your coherence. Moreover, inappropriate ways of waste disposal also deserve attention. Not also deserve attention. Are also contributory factors. Contributory factors, okay, are also contributory factors. One current famous example. Don't use that. It's like a personal comment. Keep it impersonal. Is the damage to Fukushima nuclear plant, which is pouring. Again, keep it going. Which is pouring, ing. So it's going to pour. It's too casual. Keep this super high level, really, really, really academic style, really formal. Which is pouring thousands of tons of into the Pacific Ocean. Capital letter, capital letter. Theoretically, this waste is safe after dilution, but experts argue the marine ecosystem will be damaged. So then if we do it like that, we've got a nice passive verb in there. Experts argue the marine infrastructure will be damaged. You can see that's more formal than definitely it's going to influence. So this kind of style of writing, we want to really avoid that. Okay, it's going to be, but don't use this going to be. It just doesn't work on academic writing. Listen to these suggestions. They are more formal in style. So I wouldn't start with that. I would go, however, there are some actions which could be taken, or even you're going stronger, should be taken. Okay? There are some actions which could be taken or should be taken. So make it clear that you're starting your paragraph with your recommendations. Okay? How can this be solved? The first method is legislation and or as, so connect these two ideas. More laws should be built. Now, we don't build a law. Law should be written or passed to limit the use of unrenewable resources such as coal and oil. Yep. Promote research and investment on new energy development correspondingly. And then the primary source of waste would be eliminated. Yeah. Would be eliminated. The second way is moral education. As, again, or so link these sentences. All people, we don't use all people, we should everyone, or the population, or children, or parents. I mean, be specific. Should be aware of their responsibilities to fight contamination. Things like turning off equipment before leaving. Okay, too informal. So, you could have something like a clear policy on recycling. Saving energy and education in schools. And using public transport then should be implemented. Okay, so a clear policy on should be implemented in order to, in order to educate, and then you can go on from there who you want to educate, obviously as many members of the population as possible. Okay, so that's the sort of style you want going through there, rather than things like turning off. It's just practice. It's just practice in understanding the style that the examiner is looking for. Okay, overall environmental pollution treatment remains a long-term goal. Yes, careful here. Okay, it's a long-term course. But I'm just cautious on the conclusion, because I think you need to really make sure you're answering absolutely the question they want you to. Pollution in large cities. So overall environment overall, which remains a long-term goal, but in large cities. Yeah. These should be addressed urgently, and education is an achievable goal, or something like that. I think this is a little bit of an opinion, a little bit philosophical, a little bit not quite, keep this really connected to the question. When you do your planning, okay, so this is a good essay. It's much better than the other one. So well done. Okay, really well done. When you do your planning at the beginning, put a little table in like that. Okay, so here it's really clear that when you know what you're doing. So you've got large cities, and then you've got here pollution, and you've got so Y, and then you've got solutions. And then just if you do a little bit of planning like that, you know that you're going to be writing along the right thing. Okay, keep it really factual, keep it really tight. Okay, it's worth doing that for 2-3 minutes at the beginning, very, very quick, and then you'll do the right essay. Okay, so here we go. Right, let's have a look at this. So we want around about 160 words, something like that. A bit short on words, but let's have a look. Now, bar chart suggests cars of 3 brands. It's not suggesting it, it's reports or cars of, so of 3 brands of cars sold. Yeah, okay. Overall, now your overall sentence doesn't have any numbers in it. Your overall sentence, overall. So it literally tell me where most cars were sold. Overall, the Hungarians purchased the most cars out of all the nations surveyed, whereas, nice connecting word, so that links and contrasts, whereas Belgian citizens bought the least. The most popular car brand across Europe. Now I'm quickly going to have a quick look what else looks like it's the most popular. I'm going to go with Ford. Was Ford, while the least, well, the smallest number of cars purchased were, now what do we think is looking not so popular? I'm going to go Audi, but no, I'm not counting them all, obviously. Well, Audi. Okay. What I want to show you is that that is the kind of good sentence for an overall sentence. So what I'm including, I'm mixing it up. I'm showing language. Hungarians, Belgian citizens. I'm using purchased. I'm using bought. I'm using the most, which is a superlative, the least, the smallest, the most popular. And I'm using these really nice linking words. Whereas is great, and while. So if you look at that kind of sentence, that is picking up a lot of marks on grammar, okay? And I'm not using any numbers yet. Now I can get into the numbers. Yeah? So now you can get into the detail. Slightly less than 400,000 cars were sold in Hungary, making Hungary the largest car market. Good. The minimum car. Minimum, I'd go lowest. Minimum is a bit different. Lowest car sales occurred in Italy and Belgium. Good, really nice. The numbers in the other 6 countries were distributed between around, okay, fantastic, good. As for each brand, cars sold in Belgium almost completely consisted, past tense, of Ford, but Ford only sold, yeah, Audi and Daimler both occupied most of the local market of the 3, most of the market of 3 brands in Germany, approximately half for both, and their total Nearly equal to that in Hungary. Okay, really nice writing. I like this a lot. Well done. People in more than 100,000. Yeah. They also got their photo. And registered maybe, or reported buying over 100,000 Ford, and then go although this was not the case in Ireland. Or you could do and apart from Ireland. That might be better. Reported buying. Okay, that is a super good answer. Really, really nice. Compare that to the other one you did before. Yeah, so much better. So the overall, so 4 sections. The overall, so you've got your one line there. Overall, no numbers, just like an overview. Yeah, no detail. Highest, lowest, anything exceptional, that sort of thing. Then you get into the details, and nice, well done. You've grouped those really, really well. Okay, so good. Well done, good work today.